Hello and welcome to this video on Composer. In this video we're going to introduce CSS, which stands for Cascading Style Sheets. Most modern websites use CSS to control the layout and the formatting across the entire website. And if you use website templates to build your own websites, you'll find that the modern ones, they use CSS too. And once you get into WordPress themes and start manipulating those, you'll have to know CSS then too. Okay, let's start with a blank worksheet. So let's save this. Call it test page. Just leave it as test page. Okay, though there's nothing on the actual preview window, if we go to the source, there's a little bit of HTML there to start with, just to introduce the document type, HTML, and gives the page title there. If we go back to our normal window and type in a title, this is my title. Okay, without any formatting at all, let's take a look at that in the source. And you can see that's been applied there. Hello, this is my title. Go back to normal. If we want to apply some formatting to that, let's suppose we made it red. Okay, made it larger and bold as such. Go back to the source code and you can see the title, hello, this is my title, now has some attributes such as a colour, which in computer speak is RGB 20400 or red. The font weight is bold, and it's used these big tags to make the text larger. Okay, there is another way to do that. Okay, let's remove that formatting by clicking the undo till we get back to our original state as such. Let's type in some more text. This is the main text of my website, also known as body text. Okay, so by default, as I say, this is known as the body text, and you'll see here within this field it states body text, which is the format of what you see. So there is a way to change that body text by using the CSS. To get into the CSS, click on the Cascades icon there, and what we're going to do is create a style rule. It's checked at the moment as style applied to all elements of type. If we click on this drop down arrow and select body text, we're going to create a style rule. Okay, so it's asking us to create a style rule for body. Click on the tab text, and then you can begin by formatting the text within this area. If I just move this box a little, and you can see behind the actual text in the Composer window, and as we make changes here, you'll see it happen in this preview window here, and also on our actual web page here. So first let's change the font family. Let's have it as Arial, and you see that's changed. The font size, let's make that 14 pixels, okay, which is px. You can make it 14 centimeters, but that'll be a little large, or millimeters, or points. And you can use this up and down arrow to make it bigger or smaller. And you can see how that changes there and there. Let's go back to 14 pixels. Yeah. We can change the colour. I mean, for body text, you'd really want to keep that black. But let's see what it looks like in red. Okay, you see that changes. But let's go back to black. Okay, you can change the font weight, maybe bold. Let's leave that as normal. And you can apply text decorations such as underline, but again for body text let's just leave it as a regular black. Click OK, and that applies the formatting to the body text which we've now defined. But what about this title? Let's highlight that, and here push the drop down arrow. What I'm going to do is apply what's called a heading 1. And when I click on that, you see it applies the heading 1 formatting. and if you go to the source code, you can see hello, this is my title is now surrounded by these H1 tags there and there. The H1 tags are very important because the search engines place a lot of emphasis as what's contained within those H1 tags. So you'll want to use them, but obviously you'll want to apply your own format to it rather than the default of Composer. So to do that, again, go to the CSS icon. Okay, we want to add a new style. Click on this icon here, the palette icon. Okay, new style. And we want to change the H1. Create style rule. Okay, that adds H1. And you can change that just as you did previously with the body text. So for this one, let's have Arial. Font size, let's make that bigger. So let's make that 20 pixels. Okay, actually let's make it a little bigger. How big? 26 pixels. For a title, let's use the red. Okay. Font weight, let's go bold. And if you wish, you could add any text decorations. Line through, underline. I'm not going to add any text decorations, but I think I will change the case so as to capitalise. That makes the first letter of each a capital letter. Okay. And you see it's changed the format of our H1. Okay, let's add one more piece of formatting. Let's suppose we wanted this is a subtitle. Okay, and we can change that to, rather than heading 1, we can have heading 2. Okay, and using the CSS, we can change the formatting of that heading 2. So click on the CSS icon, on the palette icon, new style rule for the H2, create style rule, and let's go to text, keep that as Arial, font size 20 pixels, colour, let's also have that as red. Okay, let's make it a little smaller, 18, and let's capitalise it too. Okay, so now we've created a heading 2. Okay, let's take a look at what we've actually done there. If we click on the CSS icon, and you see we've changed the body, let's click on the body, and the style rule which we've applied onto this general tab, you can see for the body we've made the font family Arial, font size 14 pixels, the colour black and the font weight normal. For the H1 tag, font family is Arial, font size 26, the colour in hexadecimal is 990000, which is red, font weight bold and the text is capitalised. And for the H2, that's similar to the H1, but the font size is 18. Okay, and if we go to the source code, you can see in the HTML code, those styles actually appear at the top of the sheet between these style tags, there and there. Okay, you see we've got the H1, H2, and the body. If you were to create lots of web pages, such as you would for a complete website, or if you have many web pages of a similar design, what would be a good idea is to take all this between the style tags, so from here to here, and cut that, and actually save that in its own document. So if I paste that in my notepad, and save that as, well, typically they're called style.css, save. Okay, and then rather than having the style in each and every single web page, what you would do is put a link here to that style sheet we just created, and then when you wanted to update a web page, rather than updating each web page individually, you could just update the style sheet. So for instance, you could change the font size of the H1 to 20 on your style sheet, or maybe even the colour to 00, which is black. And let me show you where I get those numbers from. If you go back to Composer and click on go to the normal window, click on the colour icon. So black, you click on that, it changes the hex value, so that's all the zeros, whereas red was the 9900. If you wanted a blue colour, that's 000066, which you can change on your style sheet by using 006666, and then save it. And that colour change would apply across all the web pages which you have linking to this style sheet. And anyway, I'll go into more about that in upcoming videos. So until then, have a great day.